Welcome to A Skindepth Convo. I'm Anna Kagarakis. This is a show focused on educating and inspiring all those in the skincare and beauty industry. But it is also a show for those looking to improve themselves from the inside out. And we have exciting news as Metaxia and Francine are going on tour. It's a world tour with all 4 Lyra Clinical founders, and you're all invited. Now, the Purely Clinical Tour demonstrates a new approach to peels and is transforming skincare by rebuilding skin to its natural form. To achieve dramatic results, you need to dive deep into the epidermis. And to learn more about this clinical event and what to expect, let's welcome in our expert hosts, Metaxia and Francine Kagarakis. Ladies, can I be a roadie on this tour?
Well, it's great to be back again. And yes, we'd love to have you with us on tour.
Well, it's exciting to get back to what we love to do, and that is going and expressing ourselves to what we've learned, sharing knowledge, and being part of the change in the aesthetic industry.
I think this is a fun event that so many people are going to look forward to. Who knows? I think it's going to be more popular than a Taylor Swift concert out here.
Well, that would be nice.
I know, right? But let's talk about the event. So why did you decide to actually put this event together?
The first thing we want to do is not just do a class. We do really well as far as our representatives doing classes. It's really showing the industry the change. The before and afters are incredible, what you see on our website, on Instagrams and social media, but there's a reason why they're getting these results. Purely clinical to us means that we have advanced to a whole new way we deal with the epidermis.
Purely clinical is a new approach, and Metaxia is absolutely correct on that. It was very important for us to come out again and talk about all the changes that are happening in skincare around the world. And Purely Clinical explains exactly what Lyra wants to deliver. We are a clinical line. We are about changes in the skin. We do many different things, and it is a different approach to peels because we began with peels, and peels are a big part of our line, but we know how to work with peels to get the results that we need and keep the skin in motion.
Mastering the epidermis is where it's at. You have to understand when you're going in to do a treatment, you have to understand what changes you expect from the epidermis. So this is about mastering the epidermis, giving a reason why we deal with the functions of the skin. It's not just exfoliation and hydration. We've picked 5 functions of the skin so that we could address them. And when we do a treatment, we can address them with home care. We can address them with home treatments. And finally, clinical treatments are really important to keep the skin in motion.
You said something very important, the functions of the skin. And one of the things we talk about is barrier function and the epidermis, and the skin is the dermis, but epi means upon, so upon the skin, the epidermis is the barrier. But the barrier has many different functions, and this is what we discuss when we're in Purely Clinical. We discuss how we work with it, we discuss how to stimulate it, manage melanin, and deal with the immune system and many different things so we keep the skin in motion. That is one of the key things we discuss, because if you don't use it, you lose it.
What does that mean exactly, skin in motion?
Skin in motion is keeping the skin at a youthful state, having the skin function as it did when you were in a younger age. It's important that keeping the skin aware, keeping the skin hydrated, keeping the skin doing this exfoliation, dealing with the immune system, all that's important because we have that and we slowly lose it as we age. So it's important that we can keep it at that state and keep the skin healthy with a beautiful glow, like Francine said. It's important that have that opportunity to maintain your youthful appearance as long as you can.
Skin exfoliation was always a huge part when dealing with skin conditions such as anti-age, pigmentation, acne, all of that. But keeping the skin in motion is taking the peel and manipulating it in different ways to stimulate cellular turnover, to also manage melanin, to also deal with the immune system in the skin. We review different parts of the functions of the skin, so we are explaining how skincare works, how in-clinic treatments work, how home treatment works. This way, we are able to see how the skin naturally functioned and follow the functions of the skin to repair and restore the skin back to its youthful state.
It's important to understand that peels were always there to take away, to exfoliate, to remove the skin. But we are using peels to rebuild the skin. We have a way to rebuild collagen and elastin. We have a way to address melanin. And we've learned this, and we're sharing this in this tour. You can manipulate the epidermis in a way to have it always restoring itself, the melanocytes there to support the barrier, but not come up to cause an age spot or a pigment issue. We deal with melasma in a certain way because it definitely affects the functions of the epidermis. We deal with acne, but there's a reason, there's a rhyme and reason. And I think that's what's important. When you come to the purely clinical, you're going to find, aha, that makes sense. Why is it doing this? And what can I do to help this? So there is a aha moment, a takeaway that you can go back to your clinics and understand, I could do this to get this result. It's not just following a protocol, but actually open your mind to master the epidermis. This is the key, to master and learn and share and be part of the movement, because aesthetics is definitely changed. And we're here to say we are understanding the change, and Lyra Clinical is part of that change.
And even taking two words that don't go together, peels and rebuilding. We used to do peels to stimulate a controlled wound, so we can stimulate collagen for firmer skin. But now we're doing a lot more than that. That was the beginning, but it's not the end. And this is what we're going to review in Purely Clinical Tour, is letting people understand the new technology on how to rebuild skin. Peels are one portion of it.
And control wound, I call it communication. I call it erythema. Control wound was something that you weren't sure. You were trying to control
that
it.
is your personality, isn't it?
It is. But it is understanding erythema and how much erythema and how much excitement and getting the communication with the skin. I totally have changed my mindset as far as wounding the skin, control wounding, how we used to say it, to understanding and communicating with the skin. I love the word communication. I love the word the skin talks to you, and we talk about it in our tour. There's much more. I mean, you touch and feel the epidermis. There's a response, and this is where you walk away and understand, wait a minute, I got a response. I'm on the right track.
Random question here, but I was thinking, is the control wound kind of like thinking of like a control burn, like when it comes to fires, like when a firefighter, you have these crazy big weeds in the hills, but then you do a control fire in order to make sure to control, the bad weeds, but then let new grass come in?
Perfect. That's a great analogy, and that's exactly what we do, because you get in there, control it, and restart it.
Okay.
And make sure that the skin is jump-started for correction.
The key to your analogy is really cool, but when we go in and do a control burn, like you said, we're planting seeds. We're planting right away. We're establishing restart from that day that we go in. So everything we do with our smart peels are going in with benefits right away. We're not waiting to peel and heal. We're going in with a idea that we're going to control an area, correct an area, but also plant the seeds and the ingredients that's going to help it restore.
And rebuild.
And it turns green. It doesn't turn brown.
I love it.
There's a growth that's starting with this
And
treatment.
it's exciting because we do have the technology today. Lyra Clinical delivers with our smart peel technology. And our smart peel technology gets in there and starts a correction. And we have peptide technology targeting all these skin conditions to repair and rebuild.
And it's about volumizing. I think peels were known to thin out the epidermis.
Well, you were known for thinning out the skin. I think that was what your key thing was. Let's thin it out.
I wanted downtime because I was going to be the best esthetician in the market. What I realized is that we lose our volume in our skin epidermis. Keeping the skin healthy and having volume is so important for the youthful appearance. These peels are not going to strip the skin and take layers and layers off of your epidermis. This is to plump them up and make them look firmer. With Lyra peels, I believe there are smart peels. You look better after any treatment. Any protocol you use with smart peels, you look better that day, that moment. And the before and afters are there to support what we're saying.
Instant results. And this is what your clients are looking for today. Instant results. Just coming to a purely clinical event and seeing how Metaxia would love to do strong peels on everyone, but we still can do strong peels, but we're doing them in a different way.
It's called less inflammation too. We've mastered that. No inflammation, little to no inflammation is the key, because inflammation sometimes puts a risk, and we don't want that. We want the skin to feel reassured, and we have to be prepared on an everyday basis. The skin has to be treatment ready all the time. We're dealing with different lifestyles. We're more outdoors. We're exercising. We're looking younger. Why? Because it's a whole system. It's inside, outside type of wellness.
Our goal is with Purely Clinical to empower all the professionals in the market all over the world and let them understand that we get these results in a healthy way.
I like that.
I absolutely love that. And, I think right now the idea also of you talking about mastering the epidermis in every aspect of this and really empowering these professionals is important, especially in this time, because so many of their clients are now more aware and more informed because of social media, the internet. They know so much more. It wasn't, you just come in and say, hey, what do I do? They're asking specific questions about different conditions of their skin or different types of treatments. They know a lot more, right?
When you're dealing with the dermis, you need the epidermis, the canvas, to be always at its best. Lasers, derma fillers, Botox, all that. The skincare is part of that system. It's not just separated. The skincare is so important to whatever we do in the aesthetic industry.
It's actually the foundation. It's the foundation for all of it, because you can get Botox, but
Yeah.
if your skin doesn't look good, the Botox will not look as good on your skin.
I mean, that's the canvas. We talk about that a lot. The canvas has to be bright. It has to be healthy. It has to have a youthful glow. Botox is great. Derma fillers are great. Lasers are fantastic. But that glow comes from good skincare and good treatments.
And one thing you brought up, Anna, is social media. And that's very important because there's information overload right now. There's a lot of misinformation. Our key here is to make sure they have the right information, because having a healthy barrier function matters. That's going to be the main difference. But we still need correction. So we have to be able to put the two together. And we do that very well in Purely Clinical.
Now, this is just the tip of the iceberg, by the way. What we're talking about right now, you're already getting a lot of great information here on this podcast. But when you come out to Purely Clinical, you're going to see the full bottom of the iceberg here, even more information. But what else can people get? What will people get when they come out to this global skin affair?
The book. And I think what we have to talk about, the emotional feeling of when we released the book. The first time we released it, it was fresh off the press in Seattle, Washington.
When I saw one of the estheticians sitting in the front row take the book and smell it and said, oh my God, it's
like new
brand
shoes, smelling new shoes.
I looked at it and I think I was recorded saying that I want to cry. And I've had 4 kids and I didn't cry like this. I think after 2 years, putting all our heart and soul in the education department with Ella and Tiffany, Fran and I, and then definitely Anna and Brenda, putting so much in a textbook type of delivery is like beyond what we ever expected. And it is emotional. We deliver everything we know in this book.
And it was years of experience. It was years of knowing what works and what does not work, putting it together in a way that people can understand the new generation of skincare and how to keep the skin constantly in motion, moving, and getting that correction, which every person wants.
And I think this tour is not based on how much Lyra you buy. It's not based on just Lyra. We're sharing this knowledge to anyone who wants to listen. It's global. We've shared this knowledge. We've captured this knowledge from all over. And to share it in this type of forum, I think is just nothing in the market to beat this.
You're talking global. I mean, you are going all over the world. I mean, where are some of the places that you're going with this event?
Well, we're doing the U.S. tour, but we're also going to be in Europe. We're going to be in the U.K. and the Netherlands, and we're also going to be in Australia.
Oh, definitely Greece.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Definitely Greece. Our uncle, the plastic surgeon there, we have to go and teach him some stuff that we've learned too. He's the one with the mastica, introducing us to the mastica. But just to go back, and he's talking about wellness a lot more. I'm following him on his Instagrams and social media. There's a shift. Doctors are talking about wellness with the skin. The industry is talking about wellness and keeping the skin healthier instead of thinned out and too much retinols, too much exfoliation. There's a shift.
Absolutely. And wellness is a big part of skincare because what's going on inside shows up on your skin. So it is mind, body, spirit, as I like to say, but it does come from within. So it is important to do all the things you need to do. You need to walk. You need to, oxygenate your body by walking. You need to drink a lot of water. And your thoughts, try to stay positive. But then what we need to do is deal with the skin at the same time. And when you start looking better, you start feeling better. And then you continue from there. So Purely Clinical is part of wellness, but it is also very clinical to keep the skin moving.
Wonderful. Now, you said you had launched originally in Seattle, and that's where you had the book come out, and you got that exciting moment. What was it like being a part of this class, having all 4 of you up there? And you have wonderful classes, but this is something that's really kind of different, right?
I think we're real.
It was emotional for us.
Emotional, but real. We are up there talking as if we're talking to our family members. It is
interactive.
It's interactive.
What we've done is we've tried very hard to make this a little more of an interactive class because it's not about us. us. It's about all of us working together. It's about everyone in the audience and us working together with our team, working with all the owners, getting to know our educational team, getting to know our team, and us getting to know them even better.
The part that I really got emotional is when we had estheticians come and show their phones before and afters. I had a couple of them that I was blown away with the results. They make us look good. When they could master what we say and learn the products as well as they know the products. There was one lady, Ashley, she treated her own daughter who had a bike accident, and she had a before and after. It just makes me love what I do. Makes me want to do more and learn more, to share more.
Sean Miller,
right?
and she's in Oregon, and it was very exciting because she opened the book and she saw her before and after in the book.
Oh, wow.
And we show who she was, and she got all emotional. She was able to share that moment with everyone. Once she saw her picture in there, they start opening up their phones. And what we're seeing is their before and afters, and we're sharing because you're able to get those results, and they're able to show how they do it and talk about it. So it's not just about us, it's about all of us sharing our experiences.
And every break, the skincare practitioners, we're talking with each other, sharing information, sharing before and after. This is so valuable because we are a team. The aesthetic industry is a team, and we should share and grow faster when we share too. So to see that interaction, every break, every lunch, even after we had some cocktails.
You mean after we ate a lot? We did eat a lot that day, that's for sure. We had a really good time because we have breakfast
Hospitality
and lunch.
has never been our problem.
No, never. So it was a wonderful time to actually meet and get out and see who we're partnering with. It was a wonderful experience for all of us and was very exciting for everyone in the room.
Every time I hugged someone, I felt that connection. Every time I looked at their eyes, I felt, wow. For us as educators, when you deliver something and they have that moment, it's something that I can't explain in words. I just feel so fortunate to be able to touch this many people with what we know as a team.
And Lyra's success really does depend on our partners' success, because the better they are and the more they do helps us. So we work together. This is something that we cannot do it without them. It's very exciting to be able to share that moment.
Fran.
Yes.
One more thing that I have to say that you didn't mention, our philosophy. What is our philosophy with Lyra Clinical?
She always has to start with Fran. You forgot something. Not only that
forgot.
Hey, Fran, why didn't you say that? No, Fran,
You
forgot
forgot.
something.
Francine, you forgot
There
something.
she goes.
And what is our philosophy with this
Please come to
connection?
Purely Clinical so you can see what she does to me. So that would be a lot of fun, and you can see what we go through. A lot of the key things we do talk about is the Lyra Clinical philosophy, which is the thoughts behind every formulation, every protocol, to understand how all four of the owners put together the theory behind protocols, to think about every formula that comes out, because you have to remember all four of the owners have to okay a product before it is released. And then we also have to okay all the protocols. So to get four crazy women to approve anything, and you're going to see that in person, makes a big difference. So everything that comes out is Lyra approved.
And it's not about the I, it's about the we, it's about the team. And I think that we have worked really hard to bring the best in the market. We worked really hard to acknowledge the before and afters with our accounts. And we're here to say that we're learning and sharing everything we learn to everyone that we can.
And how proud we are to showcase all of our wonderful clients who are doing these before and afters all over the world. And our Facebook Pro shows you every day we're seeing more and more of these before and afters and the results that they're getting. So thank you to all of them for showcasing all these beautiful, beautiful treatments that you're doing. Thank you.
Well, it's really exciting, and it sounds like an amazing, amazing event to come out to. So where can people find out more about attending?
Please come to our website at lyraclinical.com, and all that information is there with our Eventbrite and all of the different events we have all over the world.
Wonderful. So go check it out, lyraclinical.com. Purely Clinical. It is a global skin affair tour. It's going to be absolutely fun. Come out and meet all four of the founders of Lyra Clinical. Thank you, ladies, so very much for joining me today and telling us all about this fantastic event. And thank you, all of you, for listening to A Skindepth Convo. If you have any questions for the ladies, just email us at skindepthconvo@lyraclinical.com. That's skindepthconvo@lyraclinical.com. Thank you all for joining us today. And thank you, ladies, for a wonderful, wonderful show.
Thank you, Anna.
Have a good one. We'll talk soon.
Same time on that.
Same time.
You guys have it down.
We do. We finish each other's sentences.
And you could
that's for
talk.
sure.
You could see them do that in person too at Purely Clinical. Until next time, we'll talk to you soon.
Lyra Clinical takes today's skincare to the next level. Using cutting-edge technology and the best high-quality ingredients, Lyra gives you brighter, healthier, younger-looking skin. With award-winning products, advanced education, and innovative skincare philosophies, Lyra Clinical is redefining aesthetics and offering superior products and treatments that produce remarkable results. It's beauty from the inside out. Be bright, be beautiful, Lyra Clinical.